Is SMG4 dying? Well, we've seen videos in the past obviously fail to hit the fabled 1 million mark plenty of times throughout SMG4's history. So why is it being talked about now more than ever? SMG4, if Mario was in Donkey Kong Bonanza. This is one of the videos that were being talked about within the community, but only reaching 520,000 views within an entire week of its release. 520,000 views to anyone sounds like a strong standing for any channel. I mean, my most popular video sits at around 260,000 views. God, I absolutely hate that video, by the way. But why are people talking about this video? Well, to put it straight, SMG4 has typically had a pattern of videos passing at least 900,000 views within its first week of releasing, regardless what the episode would be. Now, I don't have any access to SMG4's analytical history, therefore I can't go back so far to the point we predate the redesign process, but thanks to ViewStats, not sponsored, we can actually take a look at the events from when SMG4 was reaching one of its highest points for a community-based appeal. Take a look at this video for example. Mario bakes a cake. A simple SMG4 video with some old tie-ins to how the old SMG4 was, but just with higher quality. This video doesn't base itself off of another topic, but instead stands on its own. Obviously with the help of Mario being the main focus, but shut up. Within just 7 days of the video being out, it managed to garner 3 times the amount that Donkey Kong Bonanza got, which is using the game as well as its own parts factored in. So comparing the two videos together, we would assume straight off the bat that SMG4 is dying, right? Well, no. We can't just put 2 and 2 together from a video that now rests at 14 million after 2 years, and a video that I just released a few weeks ago. So let's just do another one. This time with a more justified number count. SMG3's new mascot. This video still has not reached its 1 million mark even after being out for 2 months. And when looking into its growth from its first week out, it reached 620,000 views. 380,000 away from its 1 million mark. Now another video, Mario's T-Mobile upgrade plan. The first SMG4 video of 2023 is the least popular SMG4 video of that year, sitting at around 2.4 million views. And within this video's first week, it managed to accumulate 1 million views on the dot. A video that bases itself around a pre-existing item, just like SMG4's Donkey Kong Bonanza video. Now, having a staggering 380k difference between each other within the first week's growth shows something is going on. And it's not just these 2 videos. SMG4 movies. A big moment for SMG4, which involves tons of hard work and dedication. So why is it that the SMG4 movie Silence of the Cats only has 2.7 million views, with 1.5 million being hit within the first week, and that also being beaten by a simple standalone SMG4 video? Well, to finally give the answer, yes, SMG4 is slowly declining. The Mr. Puzzles trick is also starting to be patched with 800,000 views in 2 weeks. The reason why? Yeah, it's so long, so I'll try my best to cut it down. SMG4 was built on memes, to be a show within itself. It was a young Australian playing with Gary's modern SM64. With unexpected moments, it felt like you were in the moment and that you were actively engaged for what popped up. Everything felt random, everything felt unscripted. Now me? I'm a theorist. I personally like the stories that unfold in SMG4. It's Gotta Be Perfect, Western Spaghetti, Puzzle Vision. These are all amazing stories that I love. I loved trying to theorize and predict what episode would come next and how that episode would go. But to others, especially older fans, they enjoyed the randomness, the unscripted events of just putting shit together. It's that simple. Using the creativity of one's mind and placing it down the moment you thought of it. Not having to worry about how it connects or how to link it up to another event and so on. There's a ton of people that also love the story, however. So if all of these people are loving it, why is there suddenly a decline in viewership over time? Well, how SMG4 has naturally changed over the years could be one factor. Censorship is a bitch. Wait, no, I don't need to blur those out. Anyways, SMG4 is massive. It's not the same as it once was where it felt like a niche community. A lot of people know of SMG4. This includes sponsorships, partners, and from a business standpoint, they don't really want to associate themselves with consistent profanity or visuals such as naked Mario dry humping spaghetti. This also ties in with Nintendo themselves. See, SMG4 was originally based on Mario, and still to this day they use Mario as the main mascot. However, over time, we've slowly seen tons of Nintendo-related IPs be completely wiped, ranging from small characters like Wario, Waluigi, Peach, Toad, to then big parts being SMG4's character being completely redesigned, alongside all other main characters that had some correlation with Nintendo. Now it's obvious some people will argue here, and I want to shut this down before you type it. No, SMG4 did not get a cease and desist, and SMG4 did not get told off by Nintendo themselves. They did this because of the rapid growth the channel was receiving. You see, SML, a channel that had 10 million subscribers, got completely wiped off by Nintendo for the use of Mario and other Nintendo characters in a negative manner, which to executives, business owners, etc., it all harms their stock, reputation and growth. This also explains why you don't see Mario naked anymore. Mario or any of the cast high, or Mario dry humping the spaghetti, for example. 2023 was a wild year for SMG4 with tons of huge events. Every video was receiving at least 1 million views by the 1 week period. Everyone was hyped with this sudden shift. The castle disappears in March of 2023 with viewers interested in what happens next, moving away from the place the SMG4 crew called home for more than a decade, then having 2 movies within 1 year for the very first time, sparking even more interest, with focus and character development on characters that are not Nintendo related. So if everything was going so well, even for 2024 as well with the grand reveal of the Puzzles arc and Takeover, why is it now an SMG4 movie can't even crack 2 million views within the first month of its release? Well, another factor is in play here. Now, because SMG4 is so big, it also needs to hold and manage a team. So this means we have producers, editors, animators, and writers. Now, I love the writers of SMG4. I love the editors, animators, producers, voice actors, everyone. However, when you write something, you are basically trying to stick to that script. Now for a story, animated episode, hell, even the video you're watching right now is on a script. It's great! Make a few tweaks here and there, and then produce the video. With SMG4, it doesn't quite fit the same. And with that, bring multiple things to take note of. The element of surprise, the quirkiness, and limit. With modern day SMG4, everything has to be looked at, judged, edited, and confirmed. Now I want to say it again, I love everyone who works on SMG4. However, when you try to write something for SMG4, it usually comes out as a heavy scripted feeling when watching it. A perfect example is the original Mario FNAF video. It was so random, and with that came the elements of surprise. The most iconic moment to me is when Mario goes batshit insane and chases down the animatronics.
Ain't gonna do it! Hey, no, you shit! You son of a bitch! Once we go to
So, my final answer after all of this. Yes, SMG4 is indeed declining. We have also had the glitch appeal completely removed from SMG4 entirely, which is something I wanted to add on. Go to any SMG4 video from 2017 to 2020 that would feature the Glitch Productions logo, and you'll notice that the video starts straight away with no mention of the SMG4/Glitch intro. This is because of Glitch becoming much larger now, which means investors will look into Glitch, and if they notice SMG4 and then look through the history of SMG4, it may impact the investor's mind of wanting to join Glitch. But at last, let's go full circle to Donkey Kong Bonanza. Why did it do so poor? Well, firstly, the game was revealed weeks or months prior. I don't watch Nintendo Direct, so don't critique me for that, please, if it's wrong. And on top of that, well, YouTube had some weird seizure bug that started in August, with viewership levels dropping massively on desktop users due to adblock companies and YouTube fighting each other. But this doesn't count for the videos prior, such as SMG3's new mascot video. SMG4 is slowly declining, yes, but that doesn't mean it's dying.